So to all the moms out there who have children with special needs, first of all, let's talk about special needs. What considers a child special needs? A lot of people don't know that if they have asthma, that's special needs. If they have severe allergies, that's special needs. If they have ADHD, ADD, that's considered special needs. What about a delay? What about a significant developmental delay? Is that considered special needs? Or apraxia? A lot of people don't know about that one. That's a good one right there. You know, it's when your brain moves slower than the words that are coming out of your mouth. What about sensory integration? It's how the brain processes the 5 senses and how your body and how you may respond to it. So suppose your child has special needs. So if it was your child, how would you feel? If it was you, if you had to wear those shoes and walk in it and live in it, imagine how you would feel. Imagine the looks you would get. Don't make people feel like, their children should be in the attic somewhere hidden. These are not those days. There's help. Be better. So it takes a strong person to deal with children with special needs. Let's just say that. To all the parents out there that have children with special needs, that actually have a diagnosis, I commend you on that. I really do. I commend you on that. Because it takes a strong person to get the help and to be able to deal with children with special needs. That's a lot of work. Mentally, physically, emotionally. It's really exhausting. And when you have people around you that don't deal with you because of your children and you've often felt embarrassed, I feel for you because I know exactly what you're going through. Sometimes your children may act out in public. And sometimes the people you're with may not understand it. But why don't you just take heed in what's going on? Why don't you just learn something and not judge the parent and not exclude their children? Oftentimes I have felt excluded. And my children are excluded because maybe they don't want it to rub off on their children. Let's put it out there. Let's just talk about special needs. Let's just talk about the fact that certain people will not come around your children because they don't want their child to have the same issues that your child might have. And I have often felt embarrassed by my children's behavior, even though they can't control it. With my baby having apraxia and a significant developmental delay and pervasive development disorder, which is like sensory stuff, I've been out in public with certain people and my children may act a certain way and, I may get a negative response from those people because they don't know how to deal with it. And it's like, do they think I'm just crazy and that I'm just making my children have special needs? Or do they not really understand what special needs is and, how to handle that? So I'm getting emotional thinking about it because, it's just difficult when you have children with special needs and the people around you don't support you and don't really believe what's going on, especially if you have a diagnosis. How do you not believe it? Like, it's just crazy. Like, they're making up stuff out here in the world. Get your children help. And when people don't help you, just keep it moving, sis. God never puts more on you than you can handle. You remember that. I'm doing the best that I can with what I have. I'm all I got. My husband's all I got. My children are all I got. Just thinking about the fact, I'm giving the best that I've got. I'm giving it all. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of patience. Support the people around you that need you. Children didn't ask to be here. Children don't want to be grouped in a certain category. They don't want to have problems. They don't want to have issues. Just thinking about my support group, just makes me emotional thinking about it. So I remember discussing with my family that my children have special needs. And I got an argument of, back and forth about my children being so cute that they don't have special needs. And, I was, left to deal with that on my own because nobody believes in special needs. So don't judge me. Don't judge my children. If you're not going to do something about it, if you're not going to help, just leave me alone. I have so much on my plate. And if you cannot help me with my plate and take a little load off of my shoulders and make me feel good and special and understand where I'm coming from, then leave me alone. Stay away like you've been doing. So don't judge me. Don't judge my children. If you're not going to do something about it, if you're not going to help, just leave me alone. So if I act a certain way, I have every right in the world because I have a lot on my plate, and just be honest with yourself. Be honest with the people around you. If you're uncomfortable, if you're unsure, you're allowed to feel that way. But don't make me and my children feel any kind of way because of your issues. We all have them. We all have them. We all got issues, boo. But don't judge me. So I was just wondering, about certain people that's been missing out of my life. And I was just thinking about that. And I was thinking that, sometimes I feel like they don't come around because my children are, quote unquote, special. They have special needs and they don't want it rubbing off on their children. Has anyone ever felt that way? Or is it just me? When you have a child that's different with special needs, I felt that a lot of times certain people in my life will keep their children away. And I'm just wondering, how does that work? Who gets a pass? That's a good question. Who gets a pass? So who gets excluded from not being in your life? Like when you need somebody and they make excuses and reasons on why they're not there and why they're not there emotionally, physically, mentally for your needs. Who gets a pass? How do you decide who gets a pass? That's what I want to know. When you really need somebody and they're not there and they make excuses, what excuse is excusable? I'm just saying.